All right. Welcome. Welcome to Chaos Rain channel. I do not go by name Chaos Rain. And today. Oh, and let me do this. Forgot. It's funny. I had to contemplate thinking of doing this. But I had conversations with various or small content creators personally. And I had a really good one now that I think about it. And where how I think and how other content creators think is totally different. Um Personally, I probably will say some names just for context. And I think I've gotten a real more understanding of things. And the change that YouTube does constantly every quarter. And I mean quarter means every season. Because we have 4 seasons. We have fall, winter, spring, and summer. So every quarter they always take an examination of their website and always does the necessary updates and change for people that's doing the content here on YouTube. And if y'all remember from the other previous stream, when I talk about say I could see a sub count, um, it was more than just a upload or something that I like to make fun of, joke, which I didn't think I made much laughter or joke on it at all, is to really hone into a more deeper issue that a lot of the creators, mostly, I deal with mostly Black content creators mostly, and the work that we do and the work that we really need to possibly do, and it's going to take maybe other content creators to ban other content creators to get these groups that needs to be done on a website. And yeah, this is a racist website. Unfortunately, I don't want to say, but it is. And how I came to the conclusion of this is when your own president that runs YouTube and probably Google, and there are other people that align with this president. Y'all know I'm talking about this. The Jewish lady, how she was going to give more favors to content creators, particularly, I think, non-Black content creators. I think African Americans or descending slaves or just Black or just colored people in general more favors and make it more of a free in a way that they could easily grow much more better on their websites, because there's not much favorites, because they designed their algorithms specifically for certain reasons and certain reasons only. And it goes even further than profits, because let's be honest, they get constant commercials on their website because they got majority of the eyeballs and the hearts, and we could say souls of people that watches video on here on YouTube. And they do the breakdown and the numbers constantly every quarter to know where they're at, where they want to take it, and where things should be. And there's always an executive decision person. If I could recall, one of the few things that I just said on the previous stream on this, which is upload now, and I probably might put it in here for those that don't understand what I'm talking about, is they're going to start removing the subscriber counts, meaning the hidden subscriber counts that people really use as a feature on their channels. Now, as you know, I was asked this question today by another good friend that when I first started doing content overall, which I started off on the blog talk side of things, then the free conference, and eventually here on YouTube. And one of the things I gave the answer to the elder was this: that is a two-way street in regards that is this a good thing that now that people could see their sub counts and the public could see it now. And I said it could go both ways. It could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the content creator moving forward. And why I would say it's a two-way street, because most content creators, let's be honest, some of them want to pose out here that they're bigger than they are, so they hide the sub count. But as you can tell through their live streams, they're able to retain 100, maybe over 100 people in one chat room, depending on the quality or the content as it stands. So people think that it's a bigger channel because you're able to retain 100 to 200 or more people in the chat room. So you think by default, because you don't know how big the audience is, you think in your mind that these people got like 60 to 100K subscribers. And that could be far-fetched of the truth. Because let's be honest, when people come on most of these channels, I don't want to say they do look at the sub counts. Before anything else, they don't look at the video count. They're looking at, and this is me now. And a lot of people will, if they ever catch this, will give their own rebuttal or give their own take on a lot of things that it's not true. It could be otherwise, that people is looking at how much you can get people to retain their attention. I say that's bunk. That's bullshit. And the reason why I say it's bullshit, because look at your celebrities now. They're now on YouTube now, and they got already the clout. And with their notoriety, because they're a celebrity by nature, athlete, entertainer, etc., they will get and drive home thousands to even close to 1 million subs overnight, depending how they position their own YouTube channels. And knowing so that if you're a regular unknown person, you're going to get yours how you fit in. You're going to get an alpha way and get yourself from the ground up to build your audience because you're not known. No one knows you. It is what it is. Because they don't know you, you're going to have to make yourself appealing to attract the necessary audience needed to grow your channel. I'm just looking at some things, guys. And one thing is clear. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. One second, guys. I'm just getting some. Okay. One thing is clear that clout is everything. It is like water. You need it to survive. You need air to breathe. You need water so that you don't dehydrate. It's all everything. And that's what your users, the people that either sub or watch your channel, they always looking at that and pay attention of what you have gathered and what you could retain. Who's your audience? Who's the ones that sit there, subscribe to your channel? What content you put out? That's what people come by and want to know when they come to YouTube, unfortunately. And we cannot escape this as content creators. And the reason why we can't escape this as content creators is because that's how the business model, or that's how YouTube runs. Now, most people feel say YouTube in its own fashion makes its money the way it makes its money. But as long as you're harvesting their website, they're more focused on their bottom line, and they're more focused on the advertisers to know not only they know by the back end what you got, but now they want the public to know what you got. Unfortunately. So knowing this, I mean, you gotta play the game as a content creator here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's going on here. I'm just going through some things. I'm just going through. And my thing is this: when I was looking and I'm subscribed to a lot of content creators, and trust me, there's a lot of good content on YouTube from a lot of blacks and non-black content creators. Now, which of the two is better? I think personally, I think the black side of YouTube is much better because we're more interactive. We keep things spicy. We create things that everybody else is going to be biting off and stealing. End of story. Let's keep it real. And knowing this, that you put in the work constantly, and sometimes you're not gonna reap the rewards which you put out. So you know that right now. The days you put this work, you're gonna be frustrated. Some days you're gonna feel why I'm doing this, and it's gonna make you, or even to the point, put you on brinks to stop doing this and give up. And that's the nature of the beast, and it's all by design. So knowing this, there's only two things you as a content creator could do. Either you find a website, or you could try to alpha your way through this website and try to get the clout and the eyeballs and subscribers needed. Now, if you look at most of your top content creators, even back then, if you know the background story, and I know this still exists, one time in YouTube, you could have bought your subs and create an impression that you're bigger than you are because you got so many large people following you on your YouTube page. And that is true. And they still are able to do it today because rumor is there still is certain parts that's advertised on YouTube that people could still buy subscribers. Now, last time I checked, they were supposed to step in and stop that because people are now getting monetized and they need to know your actual sub count and besides the watch time, but the subscribers that subscribe to your channel, because the bigger you are, the bigger the clout, the more that they feel they can throw in more of your, or throw in commercials or advertising on your website or on your page. Sorry. Don't mind me. It's been a while now. And I'm thinking personally that that was one way to get your foot on the ground to boost your audience by faking it. Now you know certain content creators at the time did this route, and to the point once they got to a certain audience, they went the other direction to personally really start growing transparently by naturally. But always, like I said earlier, that clout is everything in today's world. Without it, people feel that they ain't shit. They're not worthy of being heard or seen because people look at your subscriber and look at someone else and say, well, I'm listening to because you don't got the most thing to say because you have a small audience. It also will hurt you in regards to networking with other creators, whether here on this website, YouTube, or otherwise, because they always got to see what type of clout you have. Clout is everything. It's your form of credit card, your credit score. It is your form of currency in the social media. The more you got, the more people and the ones that will work with will mess with you and network with you. That it is what it is. I'll make the rules. They made them. And knowing this, you got to find ways to get that clout by any means necessary. Now, all right. For those that watch this, they get this. And what's good, Gail? How you doing? Make sure I hit the like button. Y'all can share this if y'all want. Now, one thing, because I knew about this back in the first day of July, I think to myself personally that this is somewhat of a good thing because now the way how you perform, and I know I go by performance tests here on YouTube, that I've seen the highs and lows, particularly in the Chaos Reign channel. There are days when I get a few subscribers subscribing up here, and there are some days where it's stagnant, and eventually YouTube starts eliminating subscribers, and they do this intentionally, very much intentionally, which they should not be doing, but they do it anyway. Because if you're on any other social media outlet, website, or any media outlet, they just don't take away people that's following you. That's not how it works. But with YouTube, it's a little different because they always got to keep a good breadth of your channel to make sure who's watching and who's messing with your channel person, seeing and watching and keeping interactions. If you all remember, one of the few sentences of YouTube said that they're trying to eliminate the fake accounts. That's what they said why they are doing this. I think it's something more egregious and much more ruthless of why they're doing this. I think the reason why they're really doing this is to show the public what is your audience so everybody can see it. Because advertisers know how big your audience, because if you're monetized or not, or whatever parts, they know what your sub count. And I'm not sure if Gail could vouch for this because she's in the room right now. They know, but everybody else in the public don't. So they said because of that, they said it's time to reveal the subscribers to the public. Because like any business, people gotta know what you about. They could watch your channel, know, read the description, see the videos, but did they really want to know, say, what is your audience base? Now, mind you, they're not gonna know who's subscribed to your channel. That's impossible. So let's say they're gonna see what is your sub count. You're 1,000 subscribers. You got these many videos. Some might be peaking 1,000 videos. Some under 1,000 videos. The point is this: they gotta say, what is your clout? How big is your clout? And trust me, when I look at a good portion of the few people that I'm subscribed to, or just just looking, I'm not really impressed. I'm not impressed at all. And I'm gonna say this to the men. I know most men cater their content specifically for men. Talking about these women, these 304s, these chicks. Okay, good, excellent. But even if you're monetized not, are these same so-called watchers or listeners, which are mostly men, last time I checked, they said some women are subscribed to a lot of these male content creators, or even subscribed to black male content creators. Are you getting really support on here? That should be your number one question. Because let's be honest, some of the content a lot of men put out is not commercial friendly. It is what it is. Why I say this personally, I don't like to say this, is because let's be honest. How can I put a advertisement or a commercial when you talking about these women are strags, or these women are German shepherds, or any nature of regard, something that they deem derogatory to women? And trust me, some of the women are acting derogatory, not only in the public but also in the digital space. I'm not denying that. I see it personally. I don't like it, but always you had to think business wise. Can I make money off this? Really, like, besides, because really, truly, if you're able to attain an attention span and you have, let's say, 500 or 1,000 people on your chat room or watching, and you had to constantly emphasize people to support the channel, you got problems as a content creator, especially a male content creator, especially because it is evident. And there are a very small percentage of black male content creators that do this and get commercials and get the support via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chats, where you see it run rampant throughout the stream. Very few content creators get that leverage. Now, they will ask Chaos, why is it so that these content creators that got, let's say, 100 or more K subscribers are able to get the support and they're black male in nature? Only answer simple: because they're that nigga. They have created some. They have positioned themselves at the right time to get the clout needed at the right moment. They were controversial enough to get the eyeballs enough so that way they could move forward on the content they really want to accomplish. Yeah, I remember the lead attorney when he started doing content 2 years ago, up to 2021, when he started going at certain black male content creators. He started to really pick up and explode, meaning he got the subscribers and he got the males, particularly some females, but mostly males, to support him. People buy money by more than 25 and mostly more than $50 or more every live stream. That's an accomplishment in over a year. And he's only been on YouTube for over 2 years, but he's already close to 200K subscribers. Another example, Kevin Samuels. Y'all remember him. He's been catering and focusing and working with men for as long when he started his YouTube channel and started doing content, roughly as early as 2015. And he's been dedicated trying to improve not only image, but the smell, but how men should move for the last 3 years up to 2020. And I say 3 years because during the first year he was still in the infant stage, but as he goes into year one, that's when he started to really crank it up a little bit more. And mind you, over the span of 2016 up to 2019, going up to 2020, he has dedicated most of his content for a few years only focus on it. And as you know, he said it out of his mouth that if he changes content only focus on women, he will be a millionaire. And he was not lying. And the reason why he would be so confident to say so is because he has the look, the presentation, and we could say charisma to gravitate to the opposite sex to get the attention needed for the outcomes. And he got a good business model slogan, i.e., high value man. Okay. That's how it works. And it worked for him. He went from 50K in the month of May, first week or second week of May, up to 100K during the end of the summertime, to one whole year later, which is really over almost a year, 1 million subscribers. And that's just by a snap of a finger, by changing what he was focused on men to women. That's another content creator. We know MTR, he does reaction uploads, and he is Manosphere as well. But all he does is just the reactionaries. And he does it very well to a point it gravitate that build his subscriber count to a point now he doesn't really need much to talk about certain space because he already got the attention and the clout needed. And another content creator that is part of the master, what's his name? Poor Man Podcast. He's almost pushing 1 million subscribers. And he started out as reactionary about relationships, men and women issues. Now, mind you, if he go live right now, I guarantee he will have no problem men especially supporting his channel. Because he put on the necessary work to stay focused on the target market, which is talking about women and the shortcomings why they get the outcomes. And one thing I want y'all guys to follow that I've concluded a long time ago, but I'm just going to emphasize again because it needs to be said. Talking this shit, there's no money into this. As a man, for me observing, there's no real money in this. If you're a man and you're doing content for the men, if you want to go that route, that's fine. But be sure to know that you're going to go broke and you're not going to make much money off. You're going to invest money into this and you're not getting a return in investment. It is what it is. I remember talking to another content creator about this, and he said best that either of your presentation is good enough, you're camming up, you have the studio, and you spend this money on equipment and mics, your chances, especially doing content and talking about the opposite sex, and only focus on men issues, not only will you struggle, you will damn well possibly go bankrupt if you're not careful. And trust me, there are men that, the ones that I fruit a few names, it worked for them, but will not work for you as a man, black male content creator. I mean, if you look at the space itself, the Manosphere especially, I can't name one of them out of the few small that either label themselves that, either claim it, is maybe only 1 or 2 or 3. But majority of the content creators that follow and say they are, they're not at anywhere near 100K subscribers. They're below that. They are what is deemed, in my eyes, and just me, the struggle channels. And the reason why the channel struggle is because, let's be honest, not enough men support it, not only with their money, but giving attention and sharing, and with sharing the content on their own pages. It's a shame that most of them that been doing content focus on the black male or man issues should not be under 100K subscribers as a whole. Now, a lot of people say that there's a lot of politics go into why these guys don't grow. Shadow banning, their mouth was too loose, that they might get too many strikes. Even go as far as they might lose a channel here and there. Whatever the problem is, it tells you there is no money when you only focus on the men. Now, I possibly might get pushback, and that's fine. But this one, I'm observing personally, and I gotta be honest. And I think if you remember, one of your founders of the Black Master will agree with me on this as well. And they have said this a while back. If you remember O'Shea dedicated his content and still dedicated content in master issues and for the men, especially Black men. But he had to take a different direction in his content back in 2020, I believe. Mid or later 2020, maybe. And he is able to not only surpass where he was at, but remember, doing this, you're not going to get a great substantial growth, whether you're uploading or doing live streams. But if you cater your content in a way and structure it properly, and not only that, but put out content repeatedly, more like 5 or more videos, or we could say live streams, but videos per se, and keep them to a certain time span of not over 10 or more minutes, you will possibly grow a following. And it might grow faster the way how you do it properly. Is it guaranteed? No, sir. It's not guaranteed. But nonetheless, you try anyway. This will not work for every one of them that's Black, that's content creator, that focus on men. And it shouldn't. Because it's only a small threshold and percentage that people get to 100K subscribers on this website. And trust me, they know who are putting content on their website. Don't think that because we behind avatars and we deal with talk points, they don't know who we are. They see us. They know us. Google analyzes and follows everything from the speech patterns, location, and all in general. They keep tabs of who is putting out content on the website. They also differentiate the racial aspect of the person as well, just by your content alone. That's how it works. Who you bring up, that's how it works. And that's a little secret that they will never tell us this. Now, I could be saying a whole bunch of hogwash, and that's fine. But that's what I view it from my perspective. And personally, when I think about it, it is somewhat of a good thing. Now, because now a lot of answers and a lot of directions has to be shifted, and a lot of things has to change up if you are a content creator, Black male, specifically moving forward. I think one of the few things that will better the movement forward for a lot of male content creators, because let's be honest, gentlemen, the women are really out competing a good portion of the Black male content creators on YouTube. I don't want to say this, but once they start revealing those sub counts on the few channels that hid their sub counts, it is very telling that some of the greater, stronger YouTube channels that are females, the ones that are females that you know I'm talking about, I'm not gonna say names, y'all know what I'm talking about. It tells they got more of an audience, bigger audience than the amount of sub counts in total of the so-called Black male content creators. And mind you, the audience that these women are their sub to is not just women alone. They got people that subscribe to their channels, people by men. Men subscribe to these women's channels as well. We could prove this because one particular content creator that never shown their face, but got a good voice, and not her, but there's two of them. One got over 100 and almost 170 subscribers, and another one got 20K subscribers. One you never seen her face, but she got more in less time, and she don't put content on here. Imagine that. But you, as a brother, putting content every day, all day, every day, to the sun up, sundown, and you barely could lick and get close to 80, 90K subscribers in less than 3 years. It seemed to me that people not pay for their best interests. That's how I see it. They're not paying to the best interests. And the only answer and solution to that is you might have to do something different, personally, in my opinion. But this is just me. You might have to do something different. You have no choice to do something different. Because now people could see every content creator now, the growth and decline of what we do now. It can no longer be hidden in the public. And I don't expect to be hidden from the public for long. I don't know. I'm just keeping it real with you. Things should not be hidden to the public. We should be putting out the content, and whoever messes with you and joins or sub to your channel, good. If they don't, keep pushing. I think this is going to make people, especially the men, going to be a little bit stronger, and they're going to take more detail and be more serious, hopefully, with the content they do. Maybe not. I don't know. To know, saying that the clout that people think you didn't have, they now see it now, and they're going to really make the conscious decision if they stay or go. And most likely, we all know the nature of people, especially when it comes to us as black folks. We only gravitate to people that got more clout. It is what it is. That's not going to change in my lifetime, and it's sure not going to change in your lifetime. And even to the point, I think some think it's going to maybe make it where people, if they know how big their audience is going to breed envy and jealousy. It might, if you're in competition with the other person that's the opposite. Yeah, it will. Or it can make you be serious and have to really start putting out the content to get the eyeballs necessary in regards to how the algorithm will fuck with you or not. It's going to make you and break you and how you move forward. Now that people know what your audience base is. I think this is a new day. I think that whatever the man does, I can't speak for the women, because ladies, if you don't got, in my opinion, this is me. If you're a lady and you're a female content creator and you've been doing this for more than 5 years and you don't got over 200K subscribers, I look at it as a struggle channel. In my opinion, that's just me. But as a man, the threshold and just the starting point, either if you're making money on here, is 100K subscribers or greater, at least. That should be the benchmark, just to have a decent cushion now. And you want more after that. But other than that, anything below those numbers I said, it's struggle channels moving forward on YouTube. And we are struggling channel on YouTube, personally. It is what it is. And only we could change that. Now, should black people or people should collaborate more with other content creators that have bigger or small channels to change that? Yes, that could work. But like I said, the results are going to be the same, depending on what your content is. Personally, nothing's guaranteed if you're going to do this on YouTube. If you're doing content on YouTube, nothing's guaranteed you're going to have a big audience. But sure as hell, it's going to guarantee you're not going to have no audience if you don't do nothing different. It will allow you to stay small as long as it needs it to be. So, All right. I think I said enough. Hope this was helpful. I hope you take this information to heart. Think on what things that you could possibly do to change it, or not, or you could continue the road you're going. I'm just an observer. I'm just giving my take on a lot of things. And really, truly, the conversation I had with a particular content creator, I had to sit back and really think hard on this and decide. So, yeah, I need to talk about this. Because I've noticed that if you're a black male content creator and you're talking about for that section of men, and you're going at this opposite, which is the opposite sex, which mostly is black women or women in general, you'll get some buzz, but don't expect you're going to grow far because it's going to take men's support, not only with their eyeballs, but with their money. And majority of men today are not going to do all that and personally get very little outcomes. That's why I see why a lot of them don't go on camera, because there's no real money in this personally. They're here to make, they might make a little small check, a small little monetization check, and maybe some cash apps and super chats, and they're just gonna keep pushing. And I get it, I understand that why, because doing this in the short term and long term, there's no real money on this unless you're growing very fast. And majority of content creators, there's a very small percentage. If you're black, you're going to hit 100K or better subscribers. It is what it is. So I hope y'all like this. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope this was helpful. I'll be looking forward to reading the comment section of this. See y'all taking perspective of this. And if I don't know anything and I think I'm wrong, I'll read it. Get your perspective. I think right now, the men, a lot of us men, we got a lot of work to do. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. I see content creators that have been doing this longer than me. I'm only been doing content now for 3 years, and I see struggle already. But imagine someone that is doing it longer than me and is able to keep an attention span of 100 or more people watching. But still, you look overall, they're not even at over 100K subscribers. It tells me you got some work to do. Really, you do have work to do. It's unacceptable. Anyway, thank y'all for watching and listening. Tune in for the next live stream. This one was a quick one. Make sure you subscribe to the Chaos Rain channel. Hit the top bell, notifications on high. Follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. Oh, and also follow me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. I'm also on the Clubhouse, but I don't do content over there yet. So, and follow me on my Discord. Join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain channel. Those are links to Chaos Rain channel. Until next time, take care.